In the theater of the NBA playoffs, where every possession is magnified and every action under the spotlight, few players command attention and controversy, quite like Draymond Green. And on Friday night, with the Warriors' season on the brink, in Game 6 against a hungry Houston Rockets squad, Green once again reminded the world why he's one of the league's most polarizing figures. Just 4 minutes into the first quarter, the veteran forward found himself embroiled in yet another postseason controversy, one that drew pointed criticism from ESPN's legendary broadcasting duo, Mike Breen and Doris Burke. Their message was clear, their tone sharp, and their target unmistakable. The flagrant that ignited the commentary. With the Warriors already trailing and looking shaky against a surging Rockets team, Green delivered a blow, quite literally, to Houston's rising star, Jalen Green. The incident occurred on a seemingly routine play, but as replays rolled, it was anything but ordinary. Draymond's arm swung and connected directly with Jalen's head, prompting an immediate stoppage and a lengthy review. The result, a flagrant one foul, but the fallout extended far beyond a few free throws. Burke, who's followed Green's career closely for over a decade, didn't mince words. As the broadcast team reviewed the slow-motion footage, she voiced a concern that's become all too familiar in conversations about the four-time champion. Over the last 3 to 4 weeks, Burke began, what have I said about Draymond Green? That it feels sometimes like he's walking that edge again, which we've seen historically. That to me is a case in point of what I'm talking about. It was a sharp rebuke, not just of the foul itself, but of a pattern that has haunted Green throughout his career. Breen echoes the sentiment, a double-edged sword, Mike Breen, the voice of countless NBA finals and a man known for his iconic bang calls, rarely dives into player criticism this directly, but on this night, even he couldn't hold back. And especially in such an important game, Breen added. Listen, nobody will deny this guy is one of the smartest defenders in NBA history. His competitive fire has been a big part of the 4 championships, but he crosses the line over and over, and it hurts him, and it hurts the team. Therein lies the eternal Draymond Green dilemma. He's the emotional engine of the Warriors, the heartbeat, the enforcer, the agitator. But that same fire that fuels his brilliance often burns too hot. In Game 6, with the Warriors fighting to keep their postseason hopes alive, Green's emotional volatility once again took center stage, and it cost them. Arguing with officials and testing limits. The foul was just the beginning. What followed was vintage Draymond, animated protest, arms flailing, a running dialogue, or more accurately, a heated monologue directed at the officials. How many guys get this kind of leash in the league to get a flagrant one and continue the discussion? Burke asked, visibly frustrated. Breen, usually the voice of restraint, couldn't hide his exasperation either. And in his face, yelling at him, he said, again, officials in this case, and we've seen it not just in this game but throughout, they're going to give players a little extra rope in a playoff game because they don't want to have an effect. But it just gets tired. It just gets really tired. It wasn't just that Green crossed the line. It was that he seemed to do it with impunity. And the frustration from Burke and Breen reflected what many around the league, and many fans watching at home, have long felt. When does passion become poison? The double standard debate. Burke then laid bare the complicated legacy that Draymond Green continues to write. What we're watching is a person's greatest strength and greatest weakness, she said. He walks this line. But you've just gotten a flagrant one. And I would stand by this, Mike. Over the history of Draymond's career, it feels like there's been a double standard. It's a damning observation, and a fair one. Green's reputation precedes him, for better or worse. His resume speaks for itself. 4 NBA titles, a Defensive Player of the Year award, multiple all-defensive selections, and a basketball IQ that rivals anyone in the game. But so does his rap sheet. Suspensions, technicals, ejections, and that infamous 2016 finals incident that arguably shifted the balance of an entire championship series. For every moment of brilliance, there's been a brush with disaster, and Burke and Breen made it clear the clock is ticking on how long that balance can be maintained. The bigger picture. A team in turmoil. The Warriors, once the NBA's model franchise, now find themselves at a crossroads. The loss to the Rockets, 115-107, wasn't just a season-ending defeat. It felt like the end of an era. A team built on fluid ball movement, unselfish stars, and a revolutionary BR.